2 days in a row, I don't have the weatherman in here, Cousin Charlie. Good morning to you over there.
Are you doing Real Estate 101 today?
Oh no.
Are you ready for the show, Cousin Charlie? Are you ready for prime time, Cousin Charlie? I see you're on here.
I'm here.
Cousin Christy, glad you're on here. Hey, it's Wednesday. What is today? The 3rd? January number 3?
Yes.
It's January the 3rd, man. It feels like forever since we've been doing anything. Good morning. Hey, every day we're going to bring some kind of content. The purpose of the morning grind is I want to give you thought, friend. Jamie Stillman, Kim Shalley, I want to give you something to think about where you can take and you can internalize it and have you think at a much higher level, much deeper thinker. I'm going to ask you questions throughout the year on the morning grind. Hopefully you take something away from it. Hopefully it inspires you to do a little bit more with your life, because if you don't know me, I'm GoodTimeTommy, and I'm on a mission to help people live a better life. All right, Cousin Charlie, thank you for joining me. Weatherman, I don't know where the hell you are, but you ain't with us. Brittany Renee, thank you for getting on here. So, man, I forgot to do my thing. I'm going to probably have people calling me. Get this off there, yo. All right, hey, please like, please comment, please share this here stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget today, 1 o'clock, we got Real Estate 101. You know what we're going to talk about today, Kathleen? You don't have a clue. We're going to talk about why you need a great relationship to make your best real estate decision. I'm going to highlight reasons why this will help you make a better decision. Jamie Stillman, why you need to know your mortgage person. Because whenever there's no trust, everything is second guessed. Everything becomes painful. There's a whole lot that Weatherman should be right here, buddy. Is that you turn? Damn, he ain't even on. So this morning, I'm going to steal something from you, Coach Burt. What's holding you back? What is it that's holding you back? And I do think the number one thing that are holding most people back is uncertainty, fear. He was talking like right now. He's at the Biltmore, like I said, and that's where him and Natalie got married. And he was talking about going back there, what it does for him. Then so what he's really talking about, he talks about things, and then he's going to push you to one of his products, like Monster Producer. We need to come up with how I'm going to do this is I'm going to push people to why have you not bought a house? Why are you not invested in real estate? Engaged. Okay, Brittany Renee, that is a great question. A question from our audience. She's asking me, why am I not engaged? Well, Brittany Renee, Brandon, the reason why I'm probably not engaged is probably has nothing to do with the person that I'm living with. Has nothing to do with her. It probably, the biggest thing that holds me back, and this is my fault. I'm not engaged. Hey, are you? No, that's not what.
That's where Bert got
No,
engaged.
that's where not married. I said engaged, didn't I?
No, you said married. It's Bill.
Damn it, I messed up. Okay, so you're not talking about us. I was going to tell you the reason what I struggle with making the decision to go ahead and pop the big question. And it has nothing to do with Brittany Renee. It all comes back to me and my fear, what I'm scared. I'm probably the most fearful of it not working out. That's probably what it is. Has nothing to do with she's not the one, because she is the one. It has everything to do with me being a chicken shit. That's all it's got to do with, Cousin Charlie. Hey, Cousin Charlie, if your people get on here, tell them I'm sorry. Can we bleep out most of my words? So whenever you're making a big decision, no matter if it's personal, no matter if it's in your workplace, professional, financial, what is the biggest thing that's holding you back? I am going to man up. I've told everybody I will be engaged in 2018. And I'm the only person that knows when. Hey, David Carroll, how are you doing, friend? So, Brittany Renee from the audience, we greatly appreciate your questions, your hard questions, by the way. Your tough love, we appreciate that. So I was watching something from this guy on Instagram yesterday. His name's Andy Frisell, and he's somebody that, man, I love listening to this guy. He's a very raw guy that owns a supplement. Hey, I won't drag you through 12 months. I promise I won't do that. It won't be 12 months. But he was talking about people that are so afraid to make difficult decisions. They're so afraid to fail. They're held back because in our business, Cousin Charlie, what is a decision you come in here and you've got to make every single day where fear could hold you back? Prospecting.
Reaching out for the unknown.
Okay, so give me an example of what you could be fearful of.
Rejection.
Okay, so how do you get past that? We're all going to fail, Roy Frazier. I'm not saying you're going to fail. Quit playing house and make a home. Ooh, Ruth Estes. Man, we're going to make we're going to make a home, I promise.
You're looking for a home. Charlie's a great realtor.
He is a great. Cousin Charlie, can you help me find a new home?
I sure can.
So, no, I guess everybody wants to talk about me. Hey, maybe I need to do it straight from the gut. Why am I not married yet? Ouch. Ooh, that would be. But it all goes back to me. It all goes back to me being, no, it has nothing to do with my partner. It all has something to do with my fear of it not working out. But those same fears go in every other aspect. Scott Abernathy, I'll do lunch with you today, buddy, but you can't text me right now. I don't mind. Hey, I do not mind, David Estes, opening up my life. I am a very open book. I'm very transparent. Wouldn't you say?
You are. You're very,
very, very open, very transparent, and I am now becoming more and more unhappy that I'm not engaged. Is how I'm starting to feel now. Do you see what I'm saying? It's time. I feel like, hey, it's time to do this. Is how I'm starting to feel. So, Freudian slip, GTT. Mm-hmm. So, hey, that's brother. Do I want to tag Tony Woodall? I'd love to tag Tony Woodall. Is he on here, Brother Woodall? He can tell you. Brother Woodall taught me something about living. When you live in the future, you're living in fear. When you live in the past, you're living in pain. It is so hard to live in a present state of mind to where you can enjoy what's going on. So most of the time, people, I think whenever you're living in fear, there's something in the future you're looking forward, or you're looking at an outcome. You're worried about what you're going to hear and know. So I believe there's no such thing as failing, Cousin Charlie. I believe I always learn from my failures. Like, this year, I'm spending a lot of money on a coaching program. And people are like, why are you doing that? I can tell you, I will learn. When we made the decision that we were going to invest with Robert Sislow, that was something that I was scared to death to invest that amount of money. But what it did is I learned stuff from it. And whenever you know knowledge, it is a great investment, Kathleen. What are you doing over there, Kathleen? Is it those kids?
It forced us to actually go through the fear. Like, all right.
We do need. Ooh, that is profound. We do need to experience the fear. Like do you know what my greatest fear is?
What is your greatest
fear? Do you know, Kathleen?
Not getting enough attention.
Ooh, that is a great fear of mine, not getting enough attention. But Rocky, I'm going to talk about you too, because this morning something profound hit me. My greatest fear is flying on an airplane. I hate it. I probably fly 3 to 4 times a year, and when I've got a flight coming up in February, we're flying out to Vegas. And flying out to Vegas, I hate flying out to Vegas. It's a long flight and it's extremely bumpy. So this, hey, weatherman, you're not here. Your seat. This is 2 days in a row. We are documenting, by the way, how often you're here. Tornadoes used to terrify me, Cousin Christy, but I'm over that fear. So this morning, my mind, I was working out with Rocky, okay, and so often we're scared to make a decision. We're scared to do things. We automatically try to go into a protection mode, okay, because we don't want to fail. So Cousin Charlie, for example, right now, if I said, hey, I need you to go out and run 5 miles, what would you say? 5 miles.
5 miles? Let's go.
Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, let's
well,
go.
you know what I'd say automatically? I can't run 5 miles. I would automatically tell myself I can't do this. This morning working out with Rod Key, I was catching my mind already telling me I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm pre-programmed to fail. That's what that told me. What are you about to say, Cousin Charlie?
That's a mindset.
It is a mindset.
You've got negative thoughts somewhere in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up.
You're bringing
every
out the
time
third
you
grade,
get up-
third grade book. Thanks, Charlie.
Every time you get back up, you're going to be that much stronger.
Well, let me tell you something. You are exactly right that I've got a negative mindset, because whenever something pops up, my first thought is how I can't do it. It's something negative that's attached to it. Now, let me tell you how you fix this. The first thing it takes, do you know what it takes, Cousin Charlie?
What does it take?
Do you know, Kathleen? The first thing it takes to start fixing this thing, I've got a...
Be positive or change your mindset.
Well, how does it start? Where does all this start?
Inside you.
Where?
You got to have the will to.
Well, it all starts with awareness. You got to start with awareness. What if some people are going to say, man, I ain't got no negative mindset? What if some people don't even really know themselves? I at least this morning caught myself thinking, he wants us to do this, and I would catch myself thinking, you know what, I'm just going to do it, and let's just see what happens. Yeah. But so often, whenever we're about to make a big decision in our life, our mind is telling us something. It's either saying yes, or it's saying no, it's saying something with fear, it's saying something to protect yourself, because I feel like an excuse is just a self-opt-out clause. It's giving, I'm going to feel better about myself if, I can't do that. But you know what? I've got to change this mindset. Because I'm getting somewhere with this, Cousin Charlie. Because what this does, this negative mindset that I have, it holds me back. It makes me smaller. So when I'm smaller, what I'm doing is I'm looking for challenges out there that are what? Guess, Cousin Charlie. Guess, Cousin Charlie.
Easy. That you can win.
That's right. That's exactly right. Damn, you caught on to what I'm saying. I'm looking for smaller challenges because I don't want to sit there and try something and fail. So everybody out there, Cousin Charlie, thank you for playing along. That was a good guess. So let me ask you something. Is there anything going on in your life where you are thinking, you are considering about doing something else, making a decision to do something bigger? What is holding you back from making a decision that really, really terrifies you? What's holding you back? Other than being scared, that's the only thing, your self-confidence. But all that stuff comes back to fear. Everything that I'm saying, somehow, it's coming back to fear. So here's the bad thing. If you keep not trying these things, if you stay stagnant, if you don't try to do big things, guess what happens, Cousin Charlie? Guess what happens?
You're not going to do anything. You're going to regret.
It becomes your new belief system.
Yeah.
You just settle for the fact that I can't do that. Hey, yeah, that's right. John Burleson, hey, glad you're on here, buddy. Proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you because you're somebody that's letting go of something. You're letting go of a safety net. You're jumping out there. John, how did you overcome this? He's talking about you, Cousin Charlie.
He is. I talked to him yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Something big.
Now, Cousin Charlie, I'm going to give you some credit for once. The one thing that Cousin Charlie appears to have is an absence of fear. He will do just about anything. He has no consideration of the outcome. He does not care about being rejected. He does not care, or it appears to me, he does not care about his feelings getting. He does not fear rejection. Is that true, or do you just fight through it?
Fight through it. I have fears with rejection.
Okay. Well, how do you make it look so easy? What time is it, Kathleen?
14 minutes. 8:44.
We've been on 14. I'd like to keep this about 15 to 18 minutes. So, Cousin Charlie, give me an example of something that you did yesterday that you fought through mentally, and you did. And the reason why, because you tell me something that you struggle with that you wouldn't did anyway, what it does is it gives me a little inspiration. It'll give you guys a little inspiration. Here's something that Cousin Charlie did.
Procrastination. I think it's a habit we all have. There were things yesterday I didn't want to do.
Well, give me an example.
Instead of going to the gym.
Give me an example, Cousin Charlie. I specifically asked for you. You weren't paying attention. You know what you were doing? You were sitting there thinking about what you were going to say. I asked you a specific question yesterday.
Yes.
Tell me something that you had a fear of doing.
Yes.
But you did it anyway.
I did. I went for a run last night about 9 o'clock.
Why the hell would you have a fear of doing that?
Because I told you I was going to go and get my run in yesterday.
Well,
I didn't go to the gym.
We're not on the same page, Cousin Charlie. I'm asking yesterday,
it was a fear.
mentally.
Or I guess it was more something I didn't want to do.
No, I want to know something where you had a fear. We need to hear.
I didn't have any fears yesterday.
No fears? Okay.
I got everything. Everything I set out to do, I accomplished yesterday.
Kathleen, let's go to you.
I don't have anything from yesterday.
Nothing the day before. Can you give me an example of whenever you've had fear and you're sitting there? What do you tell yourself to get through it?
I just don't let. I try not to let fear come in.
All right. Well,
You can't let us
hey,
take one foot in.
you're obviously not helping our
I tell
viewers.
you, my fear is we had such a great year and I used all my creativity. I'm afraid I may not have anything left.
Ooh.
Like,
Now, Kathleen.
how do you
Okay, so Kathleen feels like because of the success we had last year, how do we duplicate that? What are we going to do to duplicate that? So where does that derive from? That is some type of scarcity thinking where we've got to force ourselves to think even bigger than what we did last year. Now, here's what you do to overcome that. I believe you continue to improve. You continue, and I've been telling Cousin Charlie this because me and him are on a big reading kick right now, and a lot of people are going to think, well, why do you read? Now, here's what happens, I believe, when you read. I'm a very, very average intelligence. Very average. If we were to take an IQ test, I would be really, really... Who's that, Cousin Charlie?
I don't know.
I would be... Do you want to answer right here on Real Estate
go ahead
101?
and
Hey,
face
live
the
call.
fear.
Cousin Charlie. Cousin Charlie's phone.
Really?
Yes.
Where's Mr. Tommy?
He's right here. You want to talk to him?
If I may, this is Beth Woodard.
Hey, Beth Woodard. What's shaking?
Who am I speaking with?
This is Tommy now. You're on live air, though. You ain't calling to complain about something. Do I need to shut the camera off?
No, don't shut the camera off. We're okay.
What can I do for you?
You did not have me on video, though, do you?
I'm on a video right now, but we answered the phone anyway. What you want, girl? Do you want us to call you back, or do you have something we can help you with? Okay. We've only got one active. Hey, let me call you back after this show, or Cousin Charlie will call you right back. Because we've only got the only thing we got available out there is like 256. Yes. Yes, ma'am. We got a new section coming up. But let me finish this and we'll get back with you. I got it. Thank you much. Bye-bye. No, I'm taking that. One of the things I used to make Cousin Charlie do when he first started is whenever a phone call would come in, or whenever he would call people, what I would do is I'd go Facebook Live with Cousin Charlie. So here's what that does. It's a tremendous amount of fear, first off, just to call people you don't know.
Right.
Then do you know how much it magnifies it whenever I come in there with that video? He would used to be like, here he comes. And I mean, I think what that did is it forced him to get better.
It did. It made me better.
So here's something I was thinking about yesterday, Cousin Charlie. I've got to get back into the grind of calling people and doing that. Because I haven't done it. If you don't do it, what you do is you get rusty. I'm rusty. We got to call that girl back. So, hey, Carrie Latham, what's holding you back, friend? Excuse me. I believe everything starts with awareness, and I think you've got to be honest with yourself. And then you've got to talk yourself through your fears. You've got to tell yourself, hey, even if this does not work out, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. If I get through this, hey, if and when I get through this, I will be a stronger, more confident person, and I won't be as afraid. Now, think about this. Whenever you do something, and even though you fail, a lot of times it still gives you confidence to try it all over again.
Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, I mean, so like anything you can think of, I am scared to do this. I don't want to do this. And it's usually not as bad as you think. So everybody talk, first off, ask yourself, what are your fears? I think you've got to become aware of what your problems are, what's holding you back. And then, hey, Carrie, thank you for getting on here. I think then you can talk yourself through your fears. All you got to do is commit to them. And really, you can probably, you are built to overcome so much that you're not even aware of. Cousin Charlie, is there anything you'd like to add before we hang up?
I think, there's one reason why you fail. It's when you don't get up and keep going. I may have a setback, but
Cousin Charlie,
it's a
that
mindset.
is so profound. You only fail when you quit. You don't fail whenever you try something and it doesn't work out for you.
You may have to do it a different way. But as long as you get up and keep trying, you're not going to fail.
That's exactly right. It
It's
may
a
take you a
mindset.
little bit longer, and that's okay. But sometimes you got to fail. Sometimes you just have to. And remember, you have something to share, and then fears are overcome. Carrie Latham, she's like a little philosopher today. I appreciate that, Carrie Latham. Every day, 8:30, you can contribute. Just get on here. We'll be back. So Cousin Charlie's exactly right.
You know, we watch a video every day about why.
Yep.
The Wright Brothers,
Mhm.
they didn't fail, but they had to keep looking at what they were doing with trying to fly and change what they were doing. And all of a sudden, one day, now they were the only brothers out there that saw it. They didn't have a big crowd, but they had perfected what they were doing. They didn't fail. They kept changing the process till they got it right. Well, that's what we do. We have to change our process sometimes so we get it right.
That's right.
We just have the wrong formula at the beginning. We're not failing, we're just changing it.
That's right. We're just discovering. Weatherman, we need you here, buddy. Hey, we made a commitment 8:30 every day. Where's Weatherman?
I think he's out showing the house, looking at
Who
it.
knows where he
Who
is?
knows?
He ain't here with us, and we need you here, Weatherman. Ain't that right, Kathleen?
That's right.
All right, everybody, I hope you have a great day. I hope this helps you. I hope you understand that most everybody out there has something. Oh, on hunt day, we say, even if the dogs kept you up home. Our dog was throwing up all night. Lucky. That's why we don't need Lucky. We need to get rid of Lucky. But here's what I'm telling you. Most everybody out there has fear. But if you really wanna obtain something, if you wanna go out and get something, you'll find a way to overcome your fear. Everybody has the same fears. Now what you will notice is the more you try, even when you have setbacks, what you'll do is you won't be as afraid to take on these fears in the future. So don't look at failure as something that's a huge setback. Just think of it, it's a challenge, and we're all going to be challenged, but everybody can get that. So how do you approach your next quarter-mile sprint? Well, you know this, Rod, I will say this. My last quarter-mile sprint today, after talking to myself through that workout with Rod this morning, every sprint got faster. So my last sprint today was faster, but I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have Rod there. Rod, to see what a trainer brings is he's your spokesperson for your brain. When you're working out, when you don't want to work hard, when you don't want to finish strong, he's there. That's why, Rod, we need Cousin Charlie in our group. You need to get in that group, Cousin Charlie, because there's only one reason why I'm giving you pressure. The only reason why I'm doing that is because I believe in Rod Key helping you. And I want you in there. Hey, Meredith, how are you doing? I've been checking on you through my best friend. So, yeah, hey, what is your fear? You've got fear, come into Rod Key.
A little bit of fear with Rocky.
Well, just do it. Just do it and overcome it. So, everybody, we're going to get off here. We've gone a little bit longer. We'll be back tomorrow. But, hey, fear's out there. Fear's present in every single soul. Everybody. So, now you know how you can do. Man, I've done it. Rod, listen, I've done a quarter mile in a minute and 40 seconds. Okay?
A minute 40?
Did it in a minute and 40 one time. I'm going to get back, but well, that is fast, Kathleen. You probably can't do that fast.
No.
But hey, I know that now. My mind. See, the reason why I've been struggling to run 2-minute quarters right now is because my mind is telling me my Achilles is hurting. I don't even know if it's hurting. My damn mind's telling me it is. My back hurts. So this morning I started out slow, but each one of them got a little bit faster. And hey, this does not only start and stop with your workouts. Every single thing out there in your life, your mind's already made the damn decision. But your mind is not in control of the outcome. Does that make sense? It's made a temporary decision, but then you can go out and you can convince your mind that you're wrong. You got to strengthen your mind. That's why you need to read. You need to follow people. And then you need to constantly push and keep accountability of where you are so you know you're getting better. Everybody have a great day. Thank you for getting on the morning grind. Hey, overcome them fears today. Don't listen to your fears. Talk to your fears.